Hello, hello. How are we doing today? All right, are you ready to hear some amazing pitches? Wow. No, we're not ready yet. Okay. Welcome to the Elevator Pitch Competition, 2019 edition, sponsored by Beans on Broad. All right. Ooh, yes, yes. My name is Yvonne English. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation here at Grove City College. Before we get started, I just want to acknowledge a few people who have put all of this together. You all have been emailed a lot, probably, from all these people, and I've talked to them. So, Program Manager, Ms. Lynn Stillwagon. Marketing and Outreach Coordinator, Jordan Hudock over here. Wave, and where's Greta Kreiner? Is she around? Right here. She did a heck of a lot of work for this, so thank you very much, Greta Kreiner. So, of course, it's difficult to have a competition without judges, so I'd like to turn your attention to the center of the room here, and if you all want to just wave. We have Brittany Hampy, who is a real estate investor and an alum, 09. Drew McCandless, an alum, 84, retired president and GM of the Sherwin-Williams Company. And he, along with his wife and her sister, own Beans on Broad, so thank you very much, Drew, right? And Lisa Pritchard's with us today, and she's two things. I was thinking co-owner Be Gifted, but also with Old Town Grove City. So we thank you all for giving of your time and your talent to be here with us today. I know you're going to be wowed by what we have going on over here, right? Right, that's confidence, love it. Okay, we also have Doreen Powell, and Doreen Powell is with us from the Grove City Foundation, Community Foundation, or the Grove City Foundation, sorry, that's bad in front of my husband. The Grove City Foundation, and special this year, and you all might not know this, for the social category, the Grove City Foundation is giving a special prize outside of our regular prizes. So there is a Grove City Foundation Social Impact Prize that you're also vying for, so just made it a little more interesting, right? Okay, the way this is going to work is our contestants have 2 minutes to pitch. We have 1 minute built in, but we're just going to go one after the other. We want to give our judges a little bit of time to gather their thoughts after the commercial category. So after our commercial's finished, we've set about a 5-minute intermission. It's probably going to be shorter, so we're not going to all leave. We're just going to, once the judges say they're ready to go, we're going to go right into the next category, if that's okay with everyone. So our wonderful pitchers today, our innovators, actually were chosen. They're finalists from among 144 elevator pitchers this year. So 144 students pitched. These are the ones who made it to the finals. We're very excited to hear what they have to share with us. And I think that's all I need to say. Now I'm going to ask you again, are you ready to hear some innovative pitches? That's what I like to hear. For elevator pitch? Did you tell them like that?
No.
Nah.
Okay. Make sure you announce yourself.
The order is in your program, by the way.
You won't need that.
Can I go on?
Yep.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabriella Yonkers, and my product is AutoSense. Has the fear of your own safety ever kept you from running alone? On July 18th, 2018, Molly Tippett went out for a run in rural Iowa. While running, Molly was pursued by a man in his car and then on foot. Molly never made it home that day. Molly's tragic and unfortunate murder led to the rise in conversations around women's running safety. Hashtag Miles for Molly became an anthem for female runners on Twitter as they began posting about harassments they experienced while running, and advising other female runners, don't run with headphones, don't run in the dark, and don't run alone. Individuals run to relieve stress, to get fresh air while enjoying music or a podcast, not to worry about being harassed, assaulted, or killed. It's a woman's right as an American citizen to enjoy music or a podcast while running. It's their right to not live in fear of their next run. AutoSense will put an end to those fears. AutoSense is a small sensor implanted into your headphones that provides a warning signal when someone or something is within a 5 to 6 feet radius of you. The warning signal will sound over whatever you are listening to in the corresponding ear to wherever a potential assaulter is. Once the warning signal sounds, you will have the option to press a small button that will begin calling and notifying the police of your location. Just like the latest car sensors, this audible sensor protects you from your blind spots, keeping you safe from the things that you cannot see, and keeping your mind at ease. Don't run in fear, run with AutoSense. Thank you.
That was really good.
Just flip the thing and then 2 minutes stop. Or talk, whatever.
Should I go up?
Yep. And wait till Fisher gets to his seat. I kind of looked at the trees and the judges are still writing.
She's still writing. Should I wait till she's done writing? Oh, should I wait till she's done writing? Alright. Hi, my name is Cole Mantry, and I play basketball here at Grove City College. Growing up, I was always told I need to have feet like a ballerina. But that's pretty hard when you have size 14 shoes and you can't find your shoes in stores. I'm a big person and I like to have fast feet. So that's why my product is called Big Man Fast Feet. It's a plastic pad with individual shoe cutouts that are color-coded that help you learn basketball post moves. A lot of people think, why would you need this? You can just use a chair or a cone. Well, I actually have a scar on my knee from where I hit my knee on a chair while doing post moves. I rolled an ankle doing this on a cone and was out for 2 to 3 weeks. This product will also show you how to put your foot in the exact right position so you can get around your defender. This will help high school students be able to be college basketball players and college students be able to play in the NBA or overseas. This will help many children be able to achieve their dreams. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joe Colosimo, and my idea is called BreakIn the Snaction. So have you ever purchased an expensive ticket to a sporting event or a concert, and you end up waiting in the concession line for a while and missing part of the action? Well, that's where my idea comes into play. So BreakIn the Snaction is an app that allows the users to place orders from their phone and pay for it through the app and be able to pick up their orders at a select location at the time that they want to. And so the way that this works is that you'll place your order. There will be at least a 15-minute window for you to be able to get your order. So they'll be making the order in those 15 minutes. And then there will be a 10% surcharge on top of that that will go toward the app and the concession. And that won't be too big of a deal because prices are already really inflated at these venues. So paying the extra couple dollars to get your food when you want it is not going to deter many people from this. So there will be a line that you go to pick up your food in. It'll be a separate mobile order station that's right next to the concession stand where you'll have your phone with a barcode on it, and they'll scan it go retrieve your order and give it to you. And that'll be done in a really quick and efficient way so that there's not much standing around. You can get back to your seat. So I thought of this idea because I noticed that a lot of restaurants were incorporating this, a lot of fast food places such as, I think Starbucks was doing it, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's. So I thought, why not incorporate this into a large-scale venue where time is of the absolute essence? So I hope to start this in Pittsburgh and then expand farther out. And we like to start with smaller items such as drinks, popcorn, hot dogs, and then expand to more sophisticated options such as whole meals or specialty drinks. And I really believe this can revolutionize the food industry and affect millions of people in the coming years. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zach Coriel. My business is Buzzy Jackets. We all have people that we love that we would do anything to protect, right? Last summer, my friend Buzzy was fishing on a hometown stream and his friend fell into the water, being swept away. In saving his friend's life, which he did, he was swept away himself, leaving behind a wife and some kids. In an effort to stop unnecessary deaths to our loved ones, I came up with a product called Buzzy Jackets. It's an automatically inflatable life jacket that is both functional and safe. So the way that this jacket works is within a functional fishing vest is an inflatable component that when it's submerged in 6 inches of water, automatically inflates. Automatically inflates. The functionality of the vest is what is supported most by the companies and the users. And when the companies see this product, they see that it is both safe, functional, and the hometown fishermen will use it because when they have the mentality of not wanting to wear an embarrassing life-saving device, their wives will force them to use this because it'll actually be a functional and truly automatically functional device. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Paige Snyder, and I bring to you Chiller Cup, the sleek and durable travel cup that cools coffee in minutes. Let me tell you about my friend Susie. She's a millennial, and like most of her generation, a self-proclaimed iced coffee enthusiast. Recently, she's been juggling motherhood, growing her photography business, and maintaining the house, all while trying to enjoy a social life. Unlike before she grew up, Susie now doesn't have time to patiently wait for her coffee to chill, and she certainly doesn't want to dump loads of ice into her hot coffee and drink watered-down French roast. Susie, along with many other young moms, millennial business professionals, and college-age students, is experiencing pain within the coffee market. They either don't have the time to make iced coffee on the go, or the budget to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks every day. To put this problem into perspective, over half of Americans, or about 150 million people, drink coffee daily. Out of those people, 20%, or about 30 million people, drink iced coffee at least once a week, yet there is currently nothing on the market that adequately solves this prevalent issue. Chiller Cup would bridge that marketplace gap and allow for people to make iced coffee on the go without sacrificing taste. I've spoken with some of my engineering friends and designed a travel cup that contains a soapstone core. Soapstone has a high specific heat capacity, or in layman's terms, it cools your coffee quickly, and a high heat resistance, which means that the core itself won't heat up as the coffee cools. Now I know what you're all probably thinking. Aren't there already market offerings that address this issue? Well, while there are a few solutions out there, they're very minimal, and their technology has repeatedly failed, leaving consumers, and I quote, unimpressed with the design. Chiller Cup is a one-stop shop when it comes to making and drinking iced coffee. I'm excited to develop this niche idea, implement it in the growing coffee industry, and create chilled coffee quickly. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Petroli, and my business idea is Cozy Kicks. Cozy Kicks is a new product idea designed for athletes who play and train year-round, particularly in cold climates. If you ask any athlete who has played in sub-freezing temperatures before, they will tell you it's almost impossible to keep your feet warm. This is because cleats and training shoes are designed for performance and not necessarily for warmth. And so with Cozy Kicks, you will have the ability to make any shoe warm without sacrificing performance and eliminating the need to wear big, uncomfortable, bulky socks. This product is, I guess, essentially a thin liner made of synthetic rubber that will slide into your shoe much like an insole, and it will cover all the inner surfaces of the shoe and trap the body heat in the same way that a wetsuit traps the body heat in your body when you're diving in cold water. And so what's particularly unique about this product is there's large room for growth in this product. It's not just useful for athletes, but it could potentially be useful for hikers, campers, hunters, and really any outdoorsman that wants to keep their feet warm in cold weather. And so no matter what you decide to use Cozy Kicks for, we can promise you that with Cozy Kicks, you will always have cozy toes. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Addie Cairns, and my product is called an app called Crowd Pleaser. Crowd Pleaser is an app specifically designed for high school and college event party scenes. So often I hear friends that go to dances and not enjoy the music, and this problem can be solved through my app. My app would allow individuals to vote and select music for the DJ to play. In order to implement this app, I would get an app designer along with some form of freestanding music base in order to make this app a reality. Profit could be made through an access code that would allow for all party goers to put it in to the app and therefore access ways to vote and select on music. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matthew Williams and my idea is EasyTie. EasyTie is an app that allows the user to tie their necktie right the first time, every time. The gentleman's art of tying a necktie is dying, but the need is still alive and well. What was once a skill passed from fathers to sons is now lost. Students and business professionals alike are finding themselves panicked just hours before big dates, interviews, or other events. I had to wear a tie from 7th to 12th grade. Every morning, as my siblings were waiting in the car, I was tying and retying my tie, trying to get the right length, so it didn't look like I was wearing a bib, but also so I wouldn't trip over it as I walked down the hall. There are two major problems that necktiers face. The first is knowing how to tie the tie, and the second is tying it to the right length. EasyTie addresses both of these problems. First, EasyTie offers helpful videos from the perspective of the tire so one can quickly and easily learn a new knot. Second, EasyTie accesses the user's smartphone camera via the app, scanning both their torso and the tie length, displaying on the screen exactly where to cross the tie over to have the perfect length knot that falls right on the belt buckle every time. Tie it right the first time, every time with EasyTie. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey Pugh and I am an avid photographer and videographer. Now, I'm sure all of you guys here love the cameras you have on your smartphones. In order to take anything on them, all you have to do is open up the camera, wait for it to automatically focus on your subject, and press a button. Simple, easy, and intuitive. Unfortunately, as someone starts getting more serious in, say, the video making industry, it can take a lot more time before someone is able to press that button. For example, in professional cinema cameras, there's typically no autofocus system in the camera, and thus, unlike our smartphones, and thus relies on someone called a focus puller to manually adjust the focus on the lens of that camera. However, where there are humans, there are human mistakes. And occasionally that focus puller can misfocus on a shot, which means the crew has to reset everything in order to redo the shot, which wastes valuable time and money. To solve this problem, I've created an idea called FocusFlow, which is an external autofocus system that aims to reduce this human error. With FocusFlow, there are two components. One that is attached to a subject, say a person, and another one that is attached to the focus ring on the lens of the camera. The component on the lens will then adjust the focus accordingly based on how far those two components are from each other, thus creating an accurate autofocus system. Such a product like this does not exist on the market currently. However, the technology to do it does exist, and thus could be easily manufactured into this idea with room for expansion with multiple components on different subjects and an app for additional creativity. To conclude, I firmly believe that FocusFlow will save time, money, and improve the overall workflow in the world of cinema by reducing human error on set. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karsten Lagerquist and my product idea is the Gecko Sheet. A sheet with magnets embedded into its edges to allow it to stick to your bed frame and keep it from becoming untucked and tangled during the night. I've slept for most of my life in beds positioned in such a way so that the side facing the wall just isn't convenient to access when it comes time to make my bed in the morning. Keeping the sheet tucked in on that side is a formidable challenge. If I'm not extremely careful, I will regularly wake up to find that my sheet has become totally undone, forcing me to make my bed as if I was just putting on those sheets for the first time. Because of this, I decided to create a sheet that would just stay on my bed better, the Gecko Sheet. A set of magnets was the answer. Well, some magnets are inserted into a pocket on the edge of the sheet. Another set is attached to the bed frame by the user underneath the mattress. The result is a place that the magnet, and thus the sheet, can grab onto to resist any pulls that it would experience during the night. While it may seem that this anchor might make it difficult for the sheets to remove and clean, this is not the case, because the magnets simply release from one another with an extra hard tug, a force highly unlikely to occur in your sleep, and then slide out of its pockets to allow for washing. You see, geckos have feet with a remarkable ability to stick to things when desired, but release when needed. And the sheet that I've created has that same ability. The reality is that billions of people sleep in a bed every single night. And so the number of potential consumers is virtually unlimited. Whether it's, target markets could potentially include the caretakers of patients with disabilities that affect their fine motor skills, college students like myself with bunk beds jammed into the corners of their dorms, or even just the parents of young kids. But regardless of its environment, any bed that has perpetually untucked sheets could use a Gecko Sheet, a sheet that sticks when desired, but releases when needed. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Alex Manano, founder of InCase. For several years, I've encouraged all the women in my life to invest in self-defense weapons. This has led me to buy sisters and girlfriends, pocket knives, pepper spray, tasers, you name it. And a common report these women would give me is that they were at a time and place where they felt unsafe because they didn't have their self-defense weapon with them. And the reasons they'd give me for this is because it was always one of two things. It was inconvenient to carry, or they just couldn't think to remember it. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how tiny and cute the pink canister of pepper spray or taser is, no human will ever be able to consistently remember an object they have never and most likely will never use. That is why I developed a self-defense mechanism incorporated with the world's most likely object to be found in human hands, a smartphone. InCase creates phone cases that have rape whistles discreetly embedded within phone cases. That is combined with a comprehensive alert system provided by the app. Once the rape whistle is sounded, it will obviously make an alarming sound meant to dismay and draw attention, but more importantly, the app allows the phone to send the time and location of the activation to all local emergency responders in the area. Here's the current issue with all self-defense weapons on the market. A, they are rarely owned. B, even if they are owned, they are not consistently carried. And C, even if they are owned and consistently carried, a pepper spray stored at the bottom of one's purse does not suffice the immediate response these emergencies require. My product assures the quickest response and the most consistent carry rate because it's a part of an object no woman has to think to remember because it's always in their hands. Defenseless women left in front of a perpetrator is a problem. My product could be the best solution out there. So why not consider my product just in case? Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Laura Mosley and my idea is called Muse. Now, Muse is essentially a partly free writing website that teaches teens and young teens the art of creative writing in a fun and engaging way. A few weeks ago, I took an online survey of high schoolers and I asked if they had ever tried writing a novel before. 100% of respondents indicated that they had, but only 40% of them had actually completed that novel. And I think this is a pretty widespread problem today, is that teens have these wonderful ideas and they want to be storytellers, but they haven't been taught creative writing well. And so when they inevitably get into that sticky spot in a novel, they think that they aren't good writers and so they just quit. Muse is here to spread the word to teens and young teens that anyone can become a good writer. All it takes is time, practice, and the tools to succeed. So Muse has a free version of the site that offers access to writing tips, prompts, as well as a forum for teens to collaborate, share their work with others, and gain inspiration. However, for a monthly subscription, they would gain access to more tips, more prompts, as well as video lectures by professionals in the field, so that if they wanted to learn how to publish a novel down the road at some point, they would know how to do that. Additionally, once Muse is more stable, it would be marketed to middle schools and high schools to be used in classrooms, so learning is more fun and engaging for students, but it would also hopefully boost writing test scores in that region. One of the problems with trying to learn creative writing on your own today is that the field is far too spread out. So the way it is now is you have your writing websites and blogs, you have your forums, and then you have your YouTube videos and your Skillshare videos. Muse combines all of these platforms into one place with a monthly subscription, so you save time and money in the long run. Creative writing is more important than ever today, and in my opinion, it is a dying art form. Muse creates a learning environment that is easy, fun, and accessible to everyone. Thank you for your attention.
Hello everyone, my name is Asher Pasalinkwa and my product is SafeTrigger. So SafeTrigger was actually inspired by my childhood. So growing up, my two older brothers, my dad, and I loved to spend time in the woods and we loved to hunt. So I still remember my dad sitting me and my brothers down and explaining us two things. Number one, guns are very dangerous, and number two, he told us how to use guns properly and how to use them safely. SafeTrigger is a system designed to give parents peace of mind of keeping weapons at their home, and specifically parents that have young children. So SafeTrigger is a fingerprint reading system for the trigger of any firearm that works similar to smartphones. So once a user programs him or herself into the trigger system with a subsequent smartphone app, all they have to do is place their finger on the trigger of a firearm. The trigger will then unlock, and then they are able to shoot the weapon. To lock the firearm, all they have to do is press a little button located on the upper echelon of the trigger system, and then the trigger is locked and has to be unlocked before it can be used again. I think stores everywhere will love selling safety to parents, and I think parents everywhere will love buying a system that keeps their loved ones safe. With SafeTrigger, parents are able to keep their children safe, and they're able to teach their kids how to use guns safely and responsibly. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paige Crawley, and the name of my business is SnapStart. SnapStart is a photography subscription box for kids which encourages creativity, provides hands-on photo experiences, and gives photography education. Kids will also be able to compete in monthly contests which will help teach them about a certain aspect of photography every month. Kids these days are very focused on doing a lot more watching and a lot less doing. My sister's 7 years old and she loves watching YouTube videos. She can work an iPhone better than my mom. However, with kids so into this digital world, they're losing a lot of physical interaction and creativity with the world around them. In addition, for young kids who are interested in photography, the education is fairly inaccessible. Most courses and classes are designed for adults. Kids don't usually have access to expensive camera, but more kids than ever before have access to iPhones and tablets. Each box would include a disposable camera as well as a mystery object related to that month's contest. More fun things such as stickers, books, and camera-related gadgets will be included to get kids excited about the next box. There will also be an online curriculum which kids can work through by themselves or with a parent. I hope that you will consider the relevance that SnapStart could have in kids' lives today. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello, my name is Colson Parker, and I am with The Tree Trunk. I was born in Anchorage, Alaska, and when I was 7, me and my family moved to Durango, Colorado. Now, those two places have two major things in common: little to do inside and too much to do outside. So naturally, me and my family spent a lot of time adventuring, hiking, backpacking, water sports, you name it, we did it. And when you live that kind of lifestyle, you spend a lot of money and time amassing gear. One of those pieces of gear in particular was the backpack. We had a lot of backpacks, and backpacks are important because you need to be able to have stuff to make your adventures happen. But as we got our adventures to be bigger, better, more complicated, we needed more than just a backpack. We wanted to bring food, so we needed a cooler. We wanted to do messier activities, so we needed a bag for that. So we looked into solutions. The competition offers a backpack that is just a cooler, but it's big, it's bulky, it's uncomfortable, and you still need another bag. So I decided to fix it with the Tree Trunk. The Tree Trunk is a backpack that combines the efficiency of a cooler and a backpack into one, while still offering plenty of other benefits. Now, the way that the Tree Trunk is different is it's got two separate pockets. The top pocket is your average backpack pocket, carries your dry goods you need to make your adventure happen. The second one is an insulated waterproof pouch that's split down the middle so you can use it for a couple different things. First, you can put ice in there so that if you want to take food, it stays cold, it stays fresh. The second one is for those messier activities. If you want to go swimming and you have a wet suit, if you go for a run and you have muddy shoes, you can put those in there and it keeps the mess contained. And because it's waterproof afterwards, you can wash the mess right out and it's ready to go the next day. This allows you to mix and match your adventures to be whatever you want them to be. So I hope next time that you step out into the big bad world to explore, you take the Tree Trunk with you to keep your spirit and adventure as free as can be. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Olivia Whiteman and my idea is called Tidy Tire. Tidy Tire is a compact cover designed to easily contain and cover dirty flat tires to allow a businessman or woman to quickly change their tire and be on their way without having to wait for AAA. When my family was on their way home from church, we were all in nice clothes, we got a flat tire. My dad was hesitant to change the tire himself, however, because he didn't want to ruin those clothes. In this situation, there would be two options: call a towing service or something like AAA, or be the proud owner of a Tidy Tire and have the pride of changing your own tire no matter how you're dressed. The Tidy Tire is a clear, durable cover made out of reinforced plastic that would allow you to protect your clothes while changing and maneuvering and lifting the tire into the trunk of your vehicle. It is designed to protect your clothes from the dirt or grease that could potentially be on the tire, as well as it would have reinforced holes in the lug pattern for your specific vehicle so that you can stay protected from the moment that you begin changing the tire as well as after you have the tire off of your vehicle. The only options on the market currently to protect your clothes would be jumpsuits or a pair of coveralls. There's nothing offered that will cover the actual tire. Looking at decorative tire covers, they can be priced anywhere from $20 to $35, and so the Tidy Tire would initially be priced at $20. These covers could be bought by individuals or by large companies and offered as incentive to purchase their luxury car brand. So whether you're a lawyer on the way to your next client meeting or dressed in your Sunday best, with Tidy Tire you can quickly and cleanly change your tire and be on your way. Thank you all for listening.
We'll take a 5-minute break and don't go too far. We're going to start right away with our social enterprise.
Hi, my name is Meredith Basham, and my company is Clay Motion. The highlight of my high school career was far and away ceramics. When overwhelmed by the stresses of academics, this break in my day to do manual work was the perfect outlet to boost my mental health. It challenged a different part of my brain, the right side, and taught me perseverance, resilience, collaboration, problem solving, all from a different perspective, taking my education from 2D to 3D, both figuratively and literally. Unfortunately, many students never get this opportunity. Ceramics is expensive, so unless you grow up in an affluent area and attend a large school, you're unlikely to ever be exposed to this valuable art. To bridge this socioeconomic gap, I thought of Clay Motion, mobilizing ceramics to divide the cost. Kilns are the overwhelming expense in ceramics, costing upwards of $10,000 per unit, yet they only get used about once every 3 to 4 weeks. As food trucks decentralized our concept of restaurants, Clay Motion kiln trucks would decentralize ceramics, allowing the same kiln to be used by multiple schools on a rotation, rather than sitting idle in some back room. It takes about 2 days to fire and unload a kiln, add in a day for travel, and that's an average of 10 schools serviced per month by the same kiln, which means within that first month alone, the cost is cut to 1/10 of the original. Ideally, this service would be funded entirely by grants and donations to the fine arts, making ceramics accessible to students in low-income areas. Because I believe all students, regardless of their background, can benefit from an opportunity to express themselves in a healthy way and take pride in the work of their hands. With Clay Motion, there can be equal creativity for all, because we're all created equal. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered if the money that you donate is actually being put to good use? My name is Janae Powell, and recently I found out that mine wasn't. My sorority was working with a charity that we had realized had a scandal a couple days afterwards, where they were not donating the money to the charity, but using it for their personal use. We were devastated to find out that we had spent thousands of dollars thinking that we were helping people, when in reality, we were being deceived. Trying to find a new, reliable charity was very difficult, seeing as though there are over 1.5 million registered nonprofits in the United States. According to the National Philanthropic Trust, there are Americans donated almost $430 billion last year. But where is that money going? I realized that that is why we needed a solution. That's how I came up with Do or Donate. It's an app that determines the credibility of charities. Users can go onto the app and see trustworthy charities and donate to them straight through the app by scanning a check or signing up with a credit card. You can then see firsthand where your money is being put to use. Also, to help narrow down the search of the charities, you can search these trustworthy charities through what interests you the most, whether that's animal shelters, pro-life centers, breast cancer awareness, or making sure that children are getting the most basic needs. With Do or Donate, you can make sure that you are fulfilling God's command to serve the poor while also being sure that your money is being put to good use. This will help decrease the money that's being wasted in donations while also making sure that we are helping people in the best way possible with our money. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nick McCarthy and my service is HomeU. HomeU is not only a needed solution to a problem, it's very personal for me. I have a younger brother, Owen, who is 17 years old. He has severe dyslexia, which has caused learning at school for him to make it, learning at school has been very difficult for him because of it. Because of that, he's been called dumb by his fellow peers. Ultimately, after all that, he had a, sorry guys, I'm pretty nervous. Hello everyone, my name is Nick McCarthy, and my service is HomeU. HomeU is not only a needed solution to a problem, it is very personal for me. I have a younger brother named Owen, who is 17 years old. He has severe dyslexia, and because of that, he's never done too well in school. 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 He doesn't do well in school. He's never done too well in school. Again. Sorry, I'm blanking. He's never done too well in school, and because of that, he's been called dumb by several of his peers. The outcome was that he had to switch schools multiple times. Ultimately, he figured out that his school wasn't providing him the education he needed for his learning disabilities. After long hours of research, my parents chose to pull him out and homeschool him. HomeU is a service that helps parents with kids with learning disabilities homeschool their children. HomeU does this in 4 ways in generally. The first way is that they connect they connect parents with tutors that are able to. They connect parents with tutors that are able to. Time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashley Ostrowski, and my idea is Kid Pool. Amy loves soccer. She's been kicking a soccer ball around her backyard since before she could talk, but she can't be on the team. Why not? Because soccer is 6 days a week. Because practice is every day after school, and there's a game every weekend. Because her mom doesn't get home from work until 6, and practice starts at 5. And even then, she has to get dinner ready for her younger children at home. She can barely afford to put food on the table and get to work every day, let alone taking Amy to practices and games. According to a national poll on children's health, 1 out of 6 students do not participate in any after-school activities at all. But why not? There are proven benefits socially, academically, and emotionally for students. I know in my high school, when I participated in after-school activities, I felt very connected to everyone else, and I genuinely did better. Unfortunately, not all kids have the opportunity to get rides to and from practices. So how do we fix this? Well, that's where my idea comes in. My idea is Kid Pool, an app that connects kids who need rides with parents who can give them. How does it work? Well, simply open up the app and type in the name of the organization that your child belongs in. There, you can either sign up as a rider or as someone giving rides. There, drivers provide information such as how many kids they can take in their car, the type of car they own, and their availability. That way, kids like Amy can get rides that they need to participate in the sports that they love. Kid Pool, connecting parents through safe and easy carpooling. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nathan Warwick, and my idea is NGO Source. NGO stands for Non-Governmental Organization, which are nonprofits. My family works with a few mission organizations to build schools and churches around the world. We used to pay architects to design custom buildings each time, but we found that by sharing designs between organizations, we could save 20%, which is over $36,000 for the last 6 identical schools we've built in Africa. We've seen the same problem in other areas, but no one is connecting these organizations. This is where NGO Source comes in. It's an online resource for nonprofits to upload and share information they have developed in the areas of health, education, construction, and technology, so other organizations can use these to improve the lives of others. NGO Source is a place where organizations can share treatment for viruses, plans for water pumps, education resources, solar lighting technologies, and more. So these innovations can be duplicated and shared by all. This website is a database that is simple to maintain and expand. It will take a few partner organizations and donations to cover the costs. Networking, creating content, and promoting the site will create long-term growth. NGO Source is a simple solution that will save money and increase the impact nonprofits have on making the world a better place. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Olivia Whiteman, and my idea is called Quick Trips. Quick Trips is a transportation service dedicated to alleviating the stress of isolated seniors and the children and grandchildren of those seniors living in rural areas who do not have the ability to travel and are in need of transportation. The problem that seniors face is becoming isolated by not feeling comfortable driving or not having the ability to drive. I've had personal experience with this as my 90-year-old great-grandmother, who lived in rural western Pennsylvania, where Uber and other such services are unavailable, began to miss various activities and things like church. As it turns out, the average age in Pennsylvania is not as young as I initially thought. As of 2017, almost 18% of the population is 65 years of age or older, and that number has steadily increased. So how would Quick Trips work? It would be similar to Uber, but would focus specifically on areas that Uber does not service. You could call the company directly or book or schedule a ride through an app. And there would be individual drivers assigned to specific households or individual areas depending on the demand, which would give the opportunity to create personal, trusting relationships with the drivers and would give additional peace of mind to the family of the senior. There would also be an annual fee, as well as a fee at the fulfillment of each ride, but these fees would be below market pricing, just high enough to sustain the business, pay the drivers, and maintain a quality service. The main purpose of Quick Trips is to make a difference in the lives of isolated seniors and the family of those seniors living in rural areas who may feel isolated, as well as bring additional peace of mind to the family members by eliminating a strange driver and so that they do not have to incorporate someone else's schedule into their already busy lives. Thank you.
Evening, everyone. I'm Shannon McCord, and I'll be presenting my app, Safe Travels. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This was said by Benjamin Franklin in 1736 as he urged the residents of Philadelphia to adopt fire safety standards. I believe it's still applicable today. Preventing problems is the best method of social change. It's better than ameliorating problems. In 2018, there were over 1 million incidences of violent crime in the US. Many of the victims of these crimes were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. My app, Safe Travels, will provide its user with the safest route from point A to point B. The app uses a sophisticated algorithm based on location data, user data, police scanners, and localized crime statistics to show its user if they are traveling in a potentially dangerous area. It then provides the user with an alternate route. The app is informed by this algorithm, and it's also informed by the user's individual preferences. The user will have the option to put on filters based on their own risk tolerance, and those filters will be based on objective standards, such as enterprises that are unsavory that may be in an area, or enterprises that may actually contribute to public safety. Things like police stations, hospitals, and other such things. The app will generate income by the use of localized ads. There will be a real-time bidding auction, which will allow advertisers along the user's route to advertise to the user. The advertisement will appear indiscreetly at the bottom of the screen and will not interrupt the user's experience in any way. I believe that this app will be particularly relevant to travelers, to those who live in large cities, and to teenagers as they navigate an increasingly dangerous world. Let's prevent crime starting on an individualized level. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Peyton Brogan and I'm very excited to present you my idea, Fly Marley. Now for most of us, airport security, it's a hassle, it's a pain, but for those with special needs, it's an absolute nightmare. Now last Christmas, my family was traveling to the Dominican Republic when utter chaos broke out at the airport. My younger sister Marley, who's cognitively impaired and mildly autistic, had an utter meltdown trying to get through airport security. With people touching her, grabbing her things, trying to go through big machines, it was complete sensory overload for her. We asked TSA if there's anything they could do, and there was nothing. There's no other option. Until now. Introducing Fly Marley. Now, what it is a full service for a small fee for those with special needs to check through airport security in a separate room. How it will happen is that Fly Marley employees, who are special needs experts, will go to airports to inform and train TSA agents on how to implement this for those who need it. We'll do this with our partnership with the Arc Wings Foundation, who is already experienced in training TSA agents in such areas. Some of you are probably asking, who will qualify for this? And I'm going to start with those who have already been tested in the public school systems for having special needs. But that's no small number. That's 7 million in the US alone, and 14% of all students. Now, whether for profit or PR or just sympathy for those who can't travel, TSA will want to implement this. Now, I went back and I did some research. I asked other people experiencing this problem. It didn't take much research to feel like it was a huge problem everywhere. There are countless testimonies of families trying to control their kids having meltdowns at the airport security. Families like mine, they face hundreds of challenges a day, and it's taxing on everyone as the numbers show. All I'm asking is let's take one of those hardships away and fly Marley. Thank you.
Okay. Wasn't that great? They were fantastic. You all did a wonderful job. So, the judges are going to be dismissed now. They're going to go with Professor English, and they're going to deliberate and choose the winners. The rest of us, just hang out, stay close. You have a chance to go to the restroom if you want, but come back because we're going to give the prizes when the judges return. So there go the judges. Maybe sing a couple songs.
Who is ready for some big checks? So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to start with the commercial category. I'm going to have each of our judges come up, and they will continue to just file around, and they will make the announcements, and we'll see how that goes. So we're going to start with fifth place for commercial. Come on up, and I will hand you the mic. And the big check.
And I'm just going to say how happy I am to be part of this. You guys are awesome. This is so cool. I'm an entrepreneur, so I think you're amazing. So, fifth place is Laura Mosley with Muse.
You want her in the middle so
Oh, there.
you get the picture?
Yes. Move over. Move on down. Let's do it.
How's this?
Good.
Cool. All right, there you go.
And I don't need to announce it if everyone needs to grab your check.
Okay.
That is fourth.
Fourth place in the commercial category goes to Matthew Williams, EasyTie.
All right, I think we're up to number 3. So third place goes to Karsten Lagerquist with Gecko Sheet. This one is great.
Oh, yeah. Good compliment.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're up to second place, correct? So second place in the commercial sector is Alex Minotto with In Case.
Here's the pump in your leg.
Okay, here's the big one. I'm really excited. This one goes to first place, Gabriella Yonkers for Audisons. Great job.
Thank you. They were out of order. We'll get you another one.
Yes. We had some writing challenges.
Now shifting to the social awards. Third place, Nathan Warwick, NGO Source.
Okie doke. So for second place, we have Meredith Basham with Clay Motion. A little forward. Need like music.
I get to do first place again. Woo, me. Okay, this one's very exciting. Peyton Brogan, Fly Marley, come on down.
Okay, we have one last prize to award, and from the Grove City Foundation, we, in addition to looking for a elevator pitch that provided a quality pitch, we're also looking for the criteria of an idea that we could see making a potential impact here in Western Pennsylvania. So for that prize, we have Olivia Whiteman with Quick Trips.
Let's do a big group shot.
All of the chucks up there.
All right, so you guys don't have to stay here for the group shot. Thanks so much for coming. Have a great night and go out and make the world a better place.